time for the bell. How many options will you sell? Fire up your platform, get ready to enter. But first, let's get the mindset centered. Hey, let's go. We're not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Testing, trading, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to plank. Hey!
Hey everyone, welcome to Power Hour Live. Today is Thursday, July 9th. Hope everybody's having a good day. S&P is currently up 57. NASDAQ is up 460. Russell is up 40 and the Dow's up 110. NASDAQ, the strongest, it's up a little over 1.5%. Gold's up 1.2. Silver's up over 3%. Notes and bonds both up about 0.25%. 10-year yield down 0.25%. Oil down 2.6%. Natty gas down 6.35%. Soybeans finished lower by 1%. Wheat up almost 2%. Corn down 1%. Euro and the pound are tiny green, basically flat. Bitcoin up about 1.5%. And the VIX contracting down about 5.5%, currently at 15.98. As far as my trades today, BIC's getting hit again. My first three tranches got double stopped. I've got one open for a potential pin. Actually, two available. So if those pin, that could be nice. Could get back a lot of it. Day trades, I was green by plus 477. I was up a decent amount more than that, but I gave about 1,200 back on my second Google trade, plus 477. And then my one DTE, let's see, open positions. I've got my one DTE iron Condor, which is down about 710. Not sure why this is not updating. Anyway, yeah, down about 710. If it comes down a little bit more, got a chance to go green. And then I've got my DCTM number 192, which is slightly green. I've been holding this one for 2 days. Not much coming in. So price is right above the call strike, so I'll probably just close this by the end of the day, unless we get a little bit of a down move into the close. Other than that, that is all for me today. Only news on the docket, unemployment claims pre-market. As far as the financial juice news, not a whole lot going on. Doesn't look like any red line headlines. So just a nice, calm drift higher. Actually, market was a little bit volatile to start the day for the first, call it, hour. And then just kind of started drifting higher. S&P, NASDAQ are off their highs. Russell is right at its high of day. Biggest individual stock movers on the upside, S&DK is up 10%, MU's up 6%, AMD's up 5%, AVGO up 4%, all the big chip names. Tesla is up 3%. Tesla's been on kind of a roller coaster here. Big down, big up, big down, big up. Biggest red, Costco's down 4%, PLTR's down 3%, Google's down 1%. TS Trade, you needed a little bump today, did you? Yeah, so let's see. My number 192 double calendar call strike is 75.30. SPX is currently at 75.40. So yeah, unless we get a move lower back down kind of below 75.30, I'll just close that one and get whatever I get. Did not put any new double calendars on today. The ratios had a little bit of a bounce and then just kind of started coming down, so I just did not even enter, and just watching my number 192, which is the July 1720, just not seeing any profit come in, so just not too excited to enter anything new in that category. Oh, I've also got my time fly still on. It's not really doing much either. Still has 11 days to expiration, and it's just kind of chopping around 1 to 3% down. So just continuing to hold that for now. John's 52. Did you do any good day trading? You're posting a lot of trades this morning that you were taking. How'd your day come out? Up 2%. Nice. Nothing really on the scheduled econ events for tomorrow, Friday, either. We do have, let's see, who has earnings? Yeah, Delta Airlines has earnings before the bell tomorrow. So that would be, if you're putting on an overnight earnings trade, that would need to go on today. Exceeds the expected move 30% of the time, or has 30% of the time over the last 5 years. So stays within the expected move 70% of the time. As far as post earnings moves, if it closes up the day after earnings, has a really nice tendency to continue going higher over the next 7 and 30 days. Anybody taking a Delta Airlines trade? Let me see the options here. Delta Airlines has an expected move of a little over $6. Options are, so $89 stock, and the options are about 17 cents wide, 12 cents wide. Put side about 6 cents wide. Yeah, I think I'll do a well, let me see what a calendar looks like. Since it has a pretty decent tendency to stay within the expected move. Yeah, I think I'll try something like this. See what I can get filled at here. Let's try $1.85. No fill at $1.85. No fill at $1.88. Filled at $1.91. Yeah, I'm going to close it unless we get a move back to center. It's above the call strike, Kelvin. So I will close it unless we get a nice little sell off into the close. It's tough sledding trying to get profits out of DCs here lately. It's the Delta Airlines earnings trade I just posted above. The real earnings season starts next week. Next week, we've got some big banks before the open on Tuesday. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, JP Morgan. We've got ASML before the open on Wednesday. And then we've got ones that I would consider United Healthcare, TSM before the market opens Thursday, and Netflix after the bell, after the close on Thursday. Joseph T, you got a 7.8 that you put on Tuesday. That was 7.8 DTE at the time you put it on, or it's 7.8 now? Gotcha. No, I've been just putting on the fly and letting it ride, as opposed to even doing the transformer. I did a several month comparison. It's been a while now, a year and a half ago or so, and where I was entering both a fly and just letting it go versus a transforming with the vertical. The results were almost identical over that period, and so I've just kind of gravitated to not even doing the vertical spread, just putting on the fly. As far as economic news reports next week, we do have CPI pre-market on Tuesday, PPI pre-market on Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, 30 minutes after the market opens, Warsh is testifying. I assume that's that couple times a year in front of Congress, maybe? Yeah, due to testify on the semi-annual monetary policy report before the Senate committee. Thursday and Friday, not too much. So the way I use MOC really anymore on that is because we're typically not getting filled before MOC. So if price has been pretty stable, meaning it just hasn't been moving very much that day, then I may skip or reduce my size on the Mahomes. But then if a MOC number comes out and it's $3.5 billion, or something over three, or even really something over two, then I would scale up to my normal size, which my normal size is 10 contracts. So if it's a decent size MOC number, then I will always do full size. And if the market's been moving around that day, I'll typically do full size. But if it's been just a pretty tight range, especially a tight range going into the end of the day, then I'll either scale down or even consider not doing it. Today's an example where price has been in a pretty tight range. And we got up to the expected move. We pushed about 10, 15 points higher. It's been in really about a 10, 15 point range here for the last few hours. So today's the day I'll probably scale down. It's just kind of been a little bit of a struggle to make a 5-point move here. But then if we get a decent size MOC, I would revert back to going full size. Let's see, it's early, but the 40 butterfly is already trading for $1.40, about $1.40. The other thing I've found over the years is that an early fill at $2 does not necessarily mean that's a good thing, because that obviously means that the market is very calm. The sooner you get filled, the calmer the market has been. So my best winners are actually when the market's moving and you're getting a later fill. So SPX kind of bouncing again, but my 1 DTE would really need down to about, it would need about a 20-point move down for it to get to profitability. SpaceX ticked a new all-time low yesterday, a little bit of a bounce today. Nvidia was weak all morning, but kind of grinded its way back up. AMD and MU were strong early. Oh, they gapped up anyway. AMD was strong early. And it's kind of been trailing off all afternoon. On SpaceX, the IPO price was 135, but the previous low was about 147. So it hasn't gotten down to IPO price, but as far as the price it's been trading since it opened. For those of us who did not register for any IPO shares, all-time low. Robinhood fairly strong today. Bitcoin just kind of choppy after a little bit of a gap up. So one thing I was looking at over the last few days was if you look at the earnings data on Flux, specifically the post earnings, there are a lot of stocks that have that post earnings kind of continuation in the direction that it moves after earnings. So, for example, this data right here on the average +7 +30 days outcome. So what this is showing is that if it closed within the expected move, so that's the day after earnings. If it closes within the expected move, those are the statistics over the next. That's the average move over the next 7 and 30 days. And then same thing, if it closes beyond the expected move, those are the stats. So what I've noticed is there's not always, and there's some that certainly don't follow this, but there's a decent number of tickers that that definitely, if it closes up, whether it's within or exceeding, it has a tendency to really move in that same direction over the next 7 and 30 days. And then the other side is true as well. If it closes down that next day, it has a tendency to drift lower. Now, if it closes down within the expected move, in this example, that does not hold true. But if it closes down exceeding the expected move, it certainly does. So I'm going to be doing some post-earnings trades based on this info. Like, for example, if Delta Airlines tomorrow closes higher, either within or exceeding the expected move, I'm going to take a bullish position. So, which will work out perfect because we can do that during power hour here at the end of the day, because we'll have an idea if it's going to close higher or lower from its pre-earnings price. So FYI, something I'll be looking at and testing, talking about. We've got MOC in about 8 minutes. 40 butterfly is trading for about $1.60 or so. Yeah, I've been taking some NTT trades. I'm kind of, I haven't traded the NTT system in a while, so I'm just kind of reacquainting myself and trying to figure out my sweet spot and that kind of stuff. And then I'll start posting and talk about more details about what I'm doing there. But yeah, if you haven't heard, the NTT scanner is coming to a flux near you, where you can sort by buy the dips, sell the rips, Johnny Cash, short and longs. You can sort by sectors or ETFs versus stocks. All the goods. But yeah, that's kind of my intention too, Joseph T, is once I kind of get into exactly what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I'll definitely look at that during power hour as well. Get my financial juice audio ready to roll. $40 butterfly up to $1.70. SPX pushing above 41. So as of now, I'm going to do a half size Mahomes, unless we get a decent size MOC. No orders entered yet. But I think I'll enter a 40 here at $2. See if I can get filled on the MOC announcement or a little bit before. SPX back below 40. Got about 4 minutes till MOC. Looks like it's trading for still around $1.70. My BIX would prefer a small MOC and not much movement to try to capture a couple pins. About 2.5 minutes till MOC. Looks like that 40 fly is still around at $1.75 or so. So I don't think we'll get filled before MOC, but sometimes you get a little bit of a, right when the announcement comes out, if you have your order in, if it's close, sometimes you get filled right at the announcement. So that's why I put it in before.
One minute remaining for the market on closed imbalance.
See, it's just been kind of a struggle for SPX to move 5 points here. Or much beyond it here over the last couple hours, really.
Ten seconds. Market on close imbalance S&P 500, sell side 855 million, Nasdaq 100, sell side 968 million, Dow 30, buy side 319 million, Mag 7, buy side 181 million.
Small sell side. SPX at 38. $40 fly looks like it should be getting filled if we get a little bit closer to the 40 strike. I'll go ahead and put in an order on the 75.35 as well. Yeah, typically the break even's at 3 points away from the strike. If you're getting filled at $2. SPX right in between strikes. If we move close to one, we should get filled. SPX at 37. Both strikes are trading at about $1.70. There we go. Filled on the 40s.
According to Axios, Trump spoke on Thursday with Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah, I have gotten filled on both strikes, and it basically happened because I got filled on one, and then before I could cancel the other one, it moved 5 points, and so I got filled on both. So then what happens if you get filled on both sides at $2, then your risk is $1. XSP.
So a bit more further info from this Axios piece saying that Trump just updated
What do you mean equivalent?
Netanyahu on the United States actions in the Gulf.
Voice
I mean,
news
XSP
disconnected.
would be the small version. Obviously, end of fills just aren't always great, and end of day especially. But you could certainly trade it. Oh, because they're $1 wide. I see what you're saying. SPX down to 36. So on XSP, oh yeah, I don't think you could even do that. And honestly, like your risk is $300 on SPX. Your max risk if it pins exactly. So yeah, XSP is not even tradable. One DTE about to close. Trying to close. SPX at 38. My one DTE keeps canceling and replacing, trying to get filled to close. And it used up its max attempts. Try that again. Not sure I've seen that happen on the old 1DTE. Coming up on 3 minutes to go. SPX at 38 still. This is very odd. My 1DTE will not close. SPX back to 40. Pushing above 40. That's odd. I'm going to have to manually close my 1 DTE. It's like the bot had the price wrong. It did. It was trying to get filled way away. SPX up to 41. Need to move away from 40. One minute. Pushed above 42, but coming back down. Back down to 40. Not looking good, my homie. 20 seconds. Back to 42. 43 is my break even. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep her pushing.
Order cancelled.
There's 43. Looks like
Order cancelled.
75.43.52 for a tiny win. Ever so teeny tiny on a half-size position. All right, all. That's a wrap. We'll be back tomorrow, day trading live at the Market Open Power Hour. Same time, same channel. Everybody have a good night. Talk to you soon.